Hey everybody, this is Kenny C here from Triple Threat Wrestling Radio, and I bring you an exclusive interview at this time. I'm joined with Vinnie Pro Wrestler out of Washington. Her name is Mary Jane Payne, and I've been wanting to interview her for quite a while, and here she is joining me right now. Hello, Mary.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing real good. Thank you for taking the time and doing this interview.
Oh, definitely. I haven't done very many interviews over my career, unfortunately, because I've been busy with making a family as well as being a wrestler. Also trying to support my family as well, so I haven't had a lot of time. I'm glad I could finally fit this in. Thank you for being patient with me.
Not a problem at all. Let's go ahead and get started. Talk a little bit about yourself and how did your wrestling career got started?
Okay. Well, back at the end of 2005, I met Patrick Large, and he was actually training down in Portland, training with Colonel De Beers and Playboy Buddy Rose down at their school. And I met him, and I went to one training session and realized that this is something I could do, that I could learn how to do this, and that it was something that I wanted to do. I never before did I, like most wrestlers think that, ever since they were a kid, they wanted to be a pro wrestler. They knew they wanted to be a wrestler. I didn't know until I was 18. But I fell in love as soon as I walked into the Street Profits gym on Martin Luther King Boulevard, and there was a ring in there, and I heard the bumping, and I was that close to it. We trained there for a year, and it closed down, and then we trained some more at the NRW at Buddy's school, and it opened up again at NRW, also in Oregon. And then most of my wrestling career has been with my husband, Patrick. We both got our first shows were actually with PWB over in Wenatchee, so over in Eastern Washington, and then SCW and on to PNPW, and it's kind of gotten crazy from there. I got pregnant. I got pregnant in 2008. So I had to stop wrestling for a while. But I had our daughter in January of 2009 and started wrestling again 7 weeks after I had her because I just needed to get back in there. It had been way too long. And have not stopped since. I've been taking as many bookings as I can and trying to wrestle as many people as I can and just loving every minute of it.
I've watched some of your matches on YouTube, and obviously you take on women, and then there's times you take on guys.
Yes, I do. There's not a lot of women in my area up in the Northwest. Actually, just this past January, I went up to Canada for the first time. I went up to ASW, and I also went up to ECCW quite a few times since January. And there's a lot of women up there, so it's been a really new experience for me to be able to wrestle all sorts of different women. I got to work with Nicole Matthews, which was something that I really wanted to do, and she was amazing.
I first heard of you.
Yeah.
I first heard of you through another wrestler that's from the Pacific Northwest area. Her name is Lila Lodge, and you have had matches with her time and time again.
Yes, I have.
What's it like being in the ring and working with Lila?
Well, Lila actually got her initial training from Buddy Rose and Colonel Beers as well as me. We come from the same town, from Shelton. We knew each other both before we started training. So we were pretty close. We've definitely had our times in the ring throughout these past 6 years. We've encountered each other a lot, and we've been on both sides of the coin, and it's been a lot of learning experiences. We've obviously hurt each other over the years many times, but we've also made each other stronger over the years. and help each other learn. And it's been, as I said, there's not a lot of women in my area. She has been my counter partner, I guess you could say, for most of my career as far as a woman goes. I've moved beyond Lila and wrestled a lot of men, but she's done that as well. But we've always had each other to go back to and wrestle each other again, and then we'll go wrestle someone else and come back to each other because it is comfortable, and we do feel safe with each other. And at the same time, we can have a good match.
Now, when you have these matches against the men, do you get the feeling that they underestimate you because you're female?
Oh, definitely. No one expects, I mean, even watching me in the ring and knowing what I'm capable of, looking at me, I'm like 5'1", and I weigh 110 pounds. I'm just a tiny little thing. So I'm not very intimidating when you look at me. But once the match starts and we're actually getting physical, I definitely show them that I'm capable of a lot more than I thought. I actually wrestled Christopher Ryback last week up in Seattle and had an amazing match. It was the first time I'd ever done a lucha show. I don't know I'm sure you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they have them up there all the time, and I had just never gone. Him and I had the only non-lucha match, but it was a different experience being around all of that different style of wrestling and getting to watch all that and talk to the wrestlers, and they have a different outlook. But I've wrestled Christopher Ryback so many times. As far as men go, I've wrestled him probably the most. And I teamed with him for, probably a year also. He's been a big influence on the wrestler that I've become.
And do you have any upcoming matches, upcoming shows that you will be a part of?
Yeah, actually, this weekend, DOA has a triple shot. I believe the first show is in, I want to say the first show is in Willamina, Oregon, and the second show is in Kaiser. Actually, I think that's switched. I think it's Kaiser on Friday, Willamina on Saturday. And on Sunday is actually it's going to be a fan appreciation show at their training, at the DOA Training Academy in Troutdale, Oregon. It's a free show. There's going to be a barbecue, and there's going to be a bunch of matches, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun to be able to say thank you to the fans for supporting DOA for so long. DOA's come a long way.
And how do you...
So that's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, July 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to ask you, as it pertains to the Fan Appreciation Month, Fan Appreciation Show for that matter, obviously you have a fan base and your fans support you no matter what. I mean, how important this is for you as it pertains to the Fan Appreciation Show? Go out there, compete.
To be able to say thank you. Well, at DOA especially, I am a heel, and I've been a heel, the whole time that I've worked at DOA. So the fans are not nice to me, and I am not nice to them, as you know how it goes. But to be able to, they show me appreciation by responding the way that I want them to, and it will be very nice for me to be able to go to this relaxed setting, this fan appreciation show, and tell them thank you for supporting me how they should be, for making my job easy. At DOA, it is wonderful. DOA is my favorite place to work because of the fans, and I want to be able to tell them that on Sunday. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for the fans to come out and not have to spend their money, but still get to see their favorite wrestlers and a great show.
What are some goals that you'd like to set for yourself for the rest of your wrestling career? Anything particular, like an opponent that you'd like to face, or any championships you would like to win?
Well, right now I actually have the biggest championship I've ever had in my career. I'm the AIWF Northwest Women's Champion. It's a sanctioning body like NWA. I'm not the most up on terms. I basically, you have a belt if you're told you have a belt, and you know how it works. Yeah, it's like a regional title for this Northwest area, but it's awesome, and hopefully it moves me on to bigger and better things, and maybe bigger titles. Like I mentioned, I've been going up to Canada and a lot of the girls in Canada go to Shimmer, and Shimmer is a goal of mine, definitely. There's so many more girls there. They actually wrestle. It's not like the WWE. Wrestling's not a joke. Female wrestling's not a joke to Shimmer. And I believe that the connections I've made in Canada and I'm going to continue to make will help me reach that goal, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
What I like about Shimmer is the wrestlers they managed to put together, and they get wrestlers from all over the world, not necessarily just here in the States. And,
right.
And it's fun to watch. It's meaningful, and something that women wrestling fans can be proud of.
Yes, not often do you see women telling a story, and it's nice to see that on Shimmer, especially on a whole women's show, to see not just a good match, two good matches, but to see all good matches. That says a lot for women. It shows what women can do.
And what advice would you give to anyone out there that wants to get into the wrestling business, that wants to be a wrestler? What would your advice be?
Well, the advice that I am probably supposed to give is don't. Because that's what I guess it's just a joke in wrestling, because if you don't love it, you can't do it. But if indeed you do get into the business and you do get training and someone gives you a chance and you're booked on a show and you end up in a locker room, the best advice I can give you is to keep your ears open and your mouth shut, because what you will learn just by listening to what they're saying, even if they're not saying it to you, all of the experienced people in the locker room, you will pick up so much more than you can imagine just by having, again, your ears open and your mouth shut. It's so important, especially starting out in wrestling. Once you get into that locker room, it's all about showing respect, and that's the best way to do it.
And my last question for you, Mary, is how can people get in touch with you, Facebook, Twitter, or any other link that people needs to know?
Well, I have a Twitter, but I don't tweet, so that's not the best. My Facebook, I do check my Facebook mostly every once in a while. And for anyone that's listening, I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, so that keeps me away from any quicker response if I am not speedy on my Facebook responses to you guys. But my Facebook is Mary Jane Payne. My wrestling name and everything is very simple. So contact me if you would like. I'll try to make time.
Everybody be on the lookout for Mary Jane Payne on the Fan Appreciation Show. Be on the lookout for her in the Pacific Northwest area. And check them out. There's some pretty good quality wrestling out there. So
thank you.
I recommend you listeners out there check it out. Before I let you go,
thank you.
You're welcome. Before I let you go,
yes, thank you very much. Oh, go ahead.
Before I let you go, before we end this interview, I ask all guests to do this. It's like a station ID. It's like a voice drop. All you have to do is say your name. And right after you say your name, you say you are listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. Okay.
Yes. And go right ahead.
Okay. This is Mary Jane Payne, and you're listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Thank you so much for your time, Mary.
Thank you very much.
I wish you success. I wish Lila success and everyone else out there in the Pacific Northwest. Do you have any final words and shout-outs?
Well, I would like to give a shout-out to my husband, Patrick Large, who's standing right next to me. And I bet that he would give you an interview sometime if you'd like.
I'll be happy to interview him. I'll definitely be able to. We'll set it up and we'll go on.
Yeah, you can contact me through Facebook and I'll get you set up with him.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, thank you very much.
And thank you everyone for listening. This will conclude
Thank you for listening.
And this will conclude the interview. Thank you everyone for listening.